Hi, and welcome to your lectures for Week 3 on effective recruiting. As I mentioned in the previous week's lectures, hiring the right employee is a challenging process. Hiring the wrong employee is expensive, costly to your work environment, and time-consuming. Hiring the right employee, on the other hand, pays you back in employee productivity, a successful employment relationship, and a positive impact on your total work environment. Hiring the right employee enhances your work culture and pays you back 1,000 times over in high employee morale, positive forward thinking, and accomplishing challenging goals. This is not going to be a comprehensive lecture to hiring an employee. While Jim Collins would argue that you should simply hire someone excellent regardless of the position, the process typically starts with a job analysis. The job analysis enables you to collect information about the duties, responsibilities, necessary skills, outcomes, and work environment of a particular job. The information from the job analysis is fundamental to developing the job description for the new employee. The job description assists you to plan your recruiting strategy for hiring the right employee. The job analysis includes the following activities: reviewing the job responsibilities of current employees, doing internet research and viewing sample job descriptions online or offline, highlighting similar jobs, analyzing the work duties, tasks, and responsibilities that need to be accomplished by the employee, researching and sharing with other companies that have similar jobs, and articulation of the most important outcomes or contributions needed from the position. Then you need to develop a job description that describes the key responsibilities and outputs of the position. Define the behavioral characteristics of the person you feel is your ideal candidate. List 5 to 10 key responsibilities and characteristics you will use to screen resumes, perform phone screens, and eventually establish the questions for the candidates you interview. A job description should tell potential employees the exact requirements and responsibilities of the position. It needs to list the key characteristics or traits, the most important skills, the most relevant experience, the desired education level, the most important factors that you will consider in candidate selection. It should also include information about working conditions, tools, equipment used, knowledge and skills needed, and relationships with other positions. Effectively developed employee job descriptions are communication tools that are significant in your organization's success. Poorly written employee job descriptions, on the other hand, add to workplace confusion, hurt communication, and make people feel as if they don't know what's expected from them. Employee job descriptions are written statements that describe the duties, responsibilities, required qualifications, and reporting relationships of a particular job. Even more useful is the process you use to develop the job description internally and the behavioral characteristics of your ideal candidate. Assemble a team of people who represent the best qualities of the people who currently hold the same or similar position. They can also help ensure that the salary range and benefits package you offer is acceptable. But a solid job description won't necessarily bring you the best qualified applicants. You may think that if you have a handful of good resumes to sort through or have a few applicants who interview well, that your problems are solved. You're bound to hire a good employee, right? But this isn't always the case. A good-looking resume is often professionally prepared or at least professionally reviewed. A positive interview leaves all participants excited about the potential new employee. But do these steps ensure a successful hire? An employee whose performance will exceed your expectations? Not likely. In the article, The Most Common Hiring Mistakes and How to Prevent Them, it states that a massive study was conducted at the University of Michigan on the validity of predictors of job performance. The purpose of the study was to find out how useful the interview was in accurately predicting later success on the job. The finding was surprising. The typical interview increased the likelihood of choosing the best candidate by less than 2%. In other words, if you just flipped a coin, you would be correct 50% of the time. If you added an interview, you would only be right 52% of the time. This number is not encouraging when you're attempting to recruit and hire a superior workforce. So what will help you bring the best new employee to your company? You can develop relationships with potential candidates long before you need them when hiring an employee. The smartest employers who hire the best people recruit a pre-qualified candidate pool of potential employees before they start to recruit for it or even have a position that needs to be filled. So how do you do this? First, tap your employee networks and recruiting candidates. Spread word-of-mouth information about the position availability or eventual availability to each employee so they can constantly look for superior candidates in their networks of friends and associates. In this age of online social and professional networking, the chances are you and your employees are instantly connected to hundreds or possibly thousands of potential candidates. Tap into this potential audience on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, to name just a few. These sites are very popular for both employees and employers looking to hook up. All of these sites offer opportunities for you to create a second online presence for your company in addition to your regular website. Take advantage of the secondary web presence to emphasize the many and varied career opportunities available within your organization and begin creating that pool of qualified candidates that your business will need to grow.